see here. Is he on here? Okay. And so noted here was PPE. This is Mr. Scott Gilmore. He's our property preservation engineer. Scott has saved us millions of dollars in having an in-house person. He's a former home builder. We brought him in on a salary to take care of a lot of things that we don't have to outsource that cost us a lot of money. So his job is on the line also. Okay, just speak a little closer.
All right. I'm here as a 30-some-odd-year citizen, adult. And I've been watching you all on YouTube. But it's gotten to the point where you made me get a sitter for my autistic 25-year-old to come over here and bring it in. I bought that at an African Fest long time ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was the 7th. Got a text and of the Southtown paper. I was like, where's our justice representation for the 6 trustees as opposed to 4? I dropped this, accidentally broke it, and it broke the ranks. And this is a depiction, an artifact of African leadership from Ghana. And when they vote, we call in al-Islam, Shura. We call it Shura. And we all come together, and the best minds choose the best decisions for everybody. Not just a few, everybody. I gotta figure out how to get this back in there, because they locked in here. So I got to figure that out. As far as the budget cuts, I know for a fact that Elizabeth cutting her out of our services for us in our community is almost diabolical. Amen. I think that we had a burnt out house on our block forever. And I'm a real estate broker, so I take pictures of properties. So I start snapping. Okay, this house has been burnt up, cars burnt up, and ain't nobody, what's going on? I sent it out in an email, and that house is gone, cars gone, put some wood chips down there so the weeds won't grow up, all that. So to get rid of the chief of staff is the most ridiculous decision, diabolical, that I can possibly think of. Thank you.
A 32-year resident of Dolton, 14926 Avalon. I pastor First Congregational United Church of Christ, UCC, in Berwyn, Illinois. I am praying that you all reason together, because the decisions that you make will be a rippling effect upon all of us. This is not the time to be divided. Mature people agree to disagree, correct? If you're mature. The petty politics that you all are playing, people outside of Dolton see us. A tradition. This has now become a traditional all African American town, black town. But when you look around, it's Harvey, Dixmoor, Robbins, Calder Road. Mayors and trustees are fighting, and millions of dollars are leaving out of the community, Mr. Taylor. This is a key, as goes Dolton, goes the southern suburbs. I like Dolton. But I'm thinking about moving to Elmhurst. That's closer to the church. We can't have this going. To talk about dismissing Ms. Scott is insane. To talk about getting rid of Assad and talk about Brother Eric. These people, I watch them work. I watch public. If something's happened in my community, I can call Ms. Scott, and the trash is up. I love the services. I love the amenities around me. But if you all make this unfoolish move, woe unto you. But I promise you this, if you all do this, then let us put together and think about it. I can't decide for anybody. Perhaps we have to put together a class action suit against the village of Dolton. I would like to leave my property to my children. I would like to continue to see the amenities. We all can improve. Nobody is perfect up here. If you are, you're ready to go to paradise. But I say we must be mature and intelligent. If we make these moves, woe unto you. If we make these moves, look, the mayor works for us. All of these people work for you. You pay their salaries. They work for you. We don't work for them. And we must tell them, time out. This can't happen. You cannot destroy this town. It ain't about you. So if we had to take legal recourse against the village, we take legal recourse against all of you all. Nobody unscaled. I'm going to take my seat. And I pray that you all atone and forgive each other. Mr. Mohammed, I pray that you and the mayor can agree to disagree.
We've reached the 3-minute mark.
That's all right. I pay your taxes. So God bless you.
My name is Kevin Griffin. I'm a Dolton resident for 15 years. I'm a Dolton resident. Something about that. Just got a little nervous. But I'm a Dolton resident for 15 years. I used to come to this meeting on a Monday, and it got to the point where I just got sick of coming to this meeting because of the fact that every time I came to the meeting, they were arguing about something that was minute in a way. Everybody that's on this panel was on the mayor's ticket. Everybody. I got pictures of me and Mr. Muhammad and the mayor hugging each other at the Dorchester in unity. I know Miss Stubbs. Been knowing her, she worked with my brother. I know her. Miss Denton goes to my church. I'm a deacon at Covenant. She goes to my church. Mr. Pearson, I know him for several years. And Tiffany, you can't even talk about Tiffany. Tiffany, she has her ways, but Tiffany's a good woman. But I'm saying this to say this. What y'all finna do is wrong. When it comes to Miss Scott, it's wrong. When it comes to Edward Muhammad, it's wrong. When it comes to Ashad, it's wrong. You all got diamonds in the rough in this village, hidden gems that polish this whole neighborhood and you don't even know it. Miss Scott was so instrumental in my house being saved from being flooded. I was getting 2 feet of water, y'all. Every time it rained, sometime 3, sometime 4. This woman stuck with me throughout the whole process. She made sure everything that I needed to do got done. Guess what? I got a $25,000 grant and I have no water in my basement. And you're going to tell me you're going to fire somebody that want to help the community? I'm not even finished with that. On Fridays, me and Miss Scott used to go to the seniors village over there on 140-something, 46 in Indiana. Every Friday, and hang out with the seniors. I played music, she brought food, and we made them feel great. What y'all finna do is wrong. And God don't like ugly. And I'm just gonna say it like that. These are some good people here. And this sounds like, to me, some kind of hidden agenda and some kind of vendetta going on. And I think that is wrong. I think it's wrong. You need to think about what you're going to do, because God do not like ugly. And for those of you who are Christians,
We've reached the 3-minute mark.
don't play with God.
Uh-oh, I hear all them, there go that boy with all that energy, huh? Good evening, everyone. Good evening, board, mayor. Oh, yeah, I know. Give me 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Listen, it is a beautiful thing to see everyone out here tonight. I mean, my heart goes out. It is just amazing. We are hearing now. We are listening now. We are seeing what we all have been in here pushing for about the last 4 years now. And unfortunately, the individuals that they're going to fire, thinking about potentially firing, are great individuals. I saw these individuals come in to our community. We came in as a whole together, and before we did, there was no events, there was no gospel fests, there was no Real Man Cooks, there was not all of the bike ridings and the unity that is trying to be formed being even instituted in our village. So today I come because we're speaking a budget fact, and we hear everyone up here with our trustees of 4 that votes everything into a negative factor. My thing is, with this budget, that I look through it, and you see the millions of dollars that you get off property taxes, utility taxes, fines, ordinances, things that keep your village running. You see, that's where we feed off of. And unfortunately, if no one is developing that in their mind or trying to redirect towards a system that brings revenue, which is the values of homes. If we go into this BP Capital thing and we give all our homes to millionaires who just say they can rebuild them and sell them to unproposed investors who's probably going to bring in Section 8 and things like that, that brings no revenue, because we love our people, but brings no revenue to our community, why can't we fix those problems? Muhammad disastrously destroyed $60-some thousand on a community center. That's 3 people's salary almost that you're finna fire because what? You don't have an idea. What they're doing and what you're doing is not thinking, my people. This is us. This is our community. This is us. If you don't have love for us as a whole, who do you have love for?
Well, good evening. I am Sandra Wells, a 19-year resident, and I appreciate every word that's been said tonight, and I must echo those. I, however, have questions. So when we're talking about this budget and the consideration for cutting positions, mainly a lot of the positions are directly reporting to the mayor. Those roles play a key part to our community. I want to ask each trustee, once those positions are gone, if they do leave, are you willing to step in and do their jobs? That is a question.
Your question be answered at the portion of the budget. We'll go over that particular question.
This is a very general question. Are you willing to step in and do the job? Okay. House, would you be willing?
I'm not in support of the cut, so my prayer is that we move forward with the staff that we.
And that's really how it should direct it. Those that are in support of the cut, will you be willing to step in? Pearson, would you be willing?
I'm willing to do certain things.
Certain things. Okay. Well, I'm afraid that if these cuts are made, the residents of Dolton will become the collateral damage as a result of the vote to eliminate these positions. We all know what the right thing is, and you still want to go and, you know what burns me up? I'm sorry. the way that the smug looks that we're getting, I despise that. It's disrespectful. Oh, Jesus.
Some paper on it.
And I just want, one other question, I'm going to sit down because I know there's other people and I don't want to be here to one. I just want to know what other recommendations were made, or was there anything else considered when you decided that these are the cuts that were needed? Is that going to be discussed later too? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But I also looked at the budget and the line items on here. There are some different, this isn't an easy budget to read, quite frankly, but I got through it. And what we're showing as budget and what's actual, I really have a lot of questions. So I'll wait for that time to bring those questions up too.
Hello, my name is Antonio Boswell. I do not live in this community, but I am very much a part of it. I have done various amounts of community service in this community, and I'm here a lot as my mom is the chief of staff here. Nevertheless, I'm here for the people of Dolton too, because what's going on is very wrong, and it concerns me how someone so committed to this community can be just easily taken out of it. Why? Why do the trustees want this? Everything I've heard from the citizens today, it's just been positive things about the people who work here. So why is the government trying to take them away? Why is your government here trying to take them away? That shows you something about the people that sit up here. They're supposed to listen to you. This is a democracy. They listen to the people. You have the power. And so, going back to it, it makes no sense to me how you can get rid of people who are doing only good in the community. Miss Elizabeth Scott, my mother, whenever we're at home, you know, she'll get the call from the community, from all of the citizens, even though, you know, she's not at work, either before or after 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 p.m., 1 a.m., 3 a.m., you know. She comes home late, goes out early to come here and support this community because she loves it, frankly. Whenever I come home, whenever she comes home, it's just a bunch of talk about Dolton because she loves the community, loves you people. She's seriously considering moving here. She really likes it that much. And from the time that I've spent here, it's a beautiful community that's only blossoming and becoming a great place because of all of you. So you can't get rid of people who are only doing good in the community. My mother, Ashad, Ed, Matt Stacy, all of these people have only done good in the community. I have not heard one citizen complain. This whole thing, I have not heard one. That shows you something. And all I have to say is, remember, they listen to you.
Pastor Straight.
My name is Charles Strait, and I'm the pastor of the Faith United Methodist Church here in Dolton. In full disclosure, Mayor Rogers is a member of Faith, but I am here because of my interaction with the staff and not him. We've had a few programs at our church that have been summer feeding programs for young people who needed a meal, and that work was done by Ms. Scott and Brother Shad. They've done other community service things through our church that we got no compensation for, by the way. There's no quid pro quo going on at all. I don't owe the mayor anything. He doesn't owe me anything. But this is about the issue of how the staff does the work of the village in through any means that they possibly can. So our building is there, open to be of service to the village of Dolton, and they took advantage of those opportunities whenever they could, and came to me and said, "Can we do this at your church? Can we have this meeting? Can we have this event?" It's never an issue. I am the pastor of a small church. We have a big campus, but we have a small number of members. And so I know what it feels like to have to deal with a budget that is minuscule. There have been times when I have not gotten a paycheck because I needed to make sure that my part-time assistant, my part-time custodian, and my musician was paid. I understand what it means to have to make cuts to budgets, but I also understand that the parts of the budget that are essential to doing the work of your organization cannot be the first thing to go. You have to look at other ways to make those things happen. And so I want to make that appeal to you tonight. I understand that there may be some issues around budgetary things, but there's got to be a way to make that budget come together that does not put at risk the way that this village has begun to function properly. Thank you.
Kiana Belcher, Dolton resident of 15 years. I have thrown stuff at the TV because I sit and watch YouTube and be like, are they effing whatever? And I disagree sometimes with a lot of stuff that goes on. But I done sat here and seen campaign stuff. I'm your trustee. Mayor stuff. I'm for the village. These positions that y'all are trying to eliminate can be detrimental to our village. It has to be some type of negotiation somewhere. I'm not holding one of those signs because there are a couple on them that I personally feel can probably be obsolete or part-time, personal opinion. But if y'all sit here, take $15,000 off of every trustee's pay, y'all got $90,000 to do something with. This is the highest paid trust village that has trustees. You go to any other town where trustees are, they're making $12,000, $640 per meeting. All this money that they making, if you love the village, cut your pay. Cut your pay. If you love the village, cut your pay. Make the sacrifice. Now, there are definitely a lot of things that I can go back and forth and be like, nah, I really don't. Elizabeth, I have never really had too much contact with you, but Matt, he's the guy. He's been here, he came, he showed up, he do what he's supposed to do. So when we have people that has finally got to a point where they're educated, they know what they're doing, and not just going flipping papers, we need to at least look at some type of negotiation to make these people continue to stay here to help us progress. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Leslie, and this for me is personal because I am the wife of the media director, Edward Steve. It's personal to me because I know Pearson, and I know Stubbs, and I know Muhammad really well. When you all see me, you all show me love, you give me hugs, you ask about my family. I just saw Stubbs a few weeks ago at the store. She asked about my daughter. But now she is trying to mess with my livelihood. Muhammad, brother, I've known you for years. Our children have played together. We've broke bread together. We've sat in social settings together. And now you are messing with my livelihood because you mad at my husband because he is supporting the man you told him to help. When you are, my husband gives his life to this community. He is here all the time. Liz gives her life to this community. She is here all the time. Ashad gives his life to this community. He is here all the time. And y'all want to take that away for what? It's personal. It's personal. I just want to let y'all know that these people are making a difference in this community. The mayor is making a difference in this community. I've only lived here for about 9 months, but I've been around for longer than that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a part of this community now. I am with the mayor, I'm with his staff, and I am gonna do my best to help continue to be with the mayor and help make this a better place. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Shavante. I'm here on the behalf of Elizabeth Scott. I call her my auntie because I met her during the 50-20 program. That's how I got my first job in my first resume class, and I am not an easy teen to deal with at all. And she puts up with it, and I appreciate her a lot. I've seen Elizabeth do a lot for this community. I'm confused at how her and everybody else is being cut when these people up here do nothing. I'm really confused, and I've seen firsthand Elizabeth do a lot of stuff from, like Antonio said, she wakes up at 1 a.m. for a call, 4 a.m., come home stressed, cries about this job. She goes through a lot for this job, and I'm confused at how she's about to get fired, and no one has an answer for it. My point, exactly. So I'm here to support my auntie, because she's not blood, but she's done so much for me, and a lot of people in my life leave and she hasn't, and that means so much to me. And I've done a lot for this community as well as volunteer work. I live in South Holland, but I've done a lot as volunteer work, as coming to help the mayor clean our garages, do gospel fests, everything, and I'm just really hurt that my auntie is y'all trying to fire her basically for no reason.
Hello everyone, my name is Jonah Robinson. I own JR's Jamaican Jerk in Dolton right there on Sibley. When I was 22 years old, I bought my first property here in Dolton, okay, with the advice of the other administration around that time. They said, Jonah, buy you a property, you can come up. And I guess I'm 38 now, 22 then, and I own 2 restaurants, 5 houses here in Dolton. Dolton is my city. Dolton is my come up. I came up here in Dolton. You can't tell me nothing about Dolton. But what you can't tell me is that y'all gonna fire Liz. You're not gonna tell me Ashad not gonna have a job. You're not gonna tell me Ed ain't got nowhere to go when it's over with. Okay, because they are instrumental in helping me. I go to them, I talk, and they listen. Hey man, we got some advice, man. We gonna do Shop Dolton for you. You know how much sales I got after that? You know, 50-50 program, man, help these kids out. You know how many kids I hired? You know, this is just a shame to see that the board can't get together and do things right. But if it comes down to it, I'll run for trustee. Okay? Because I'm not gonna sit here and let this go down like that without a fight. So, y'all know what to do.
I have a question, and I think I want to address this to Trustee Muhammad specifically because I think you taught me about the Open Meeting Act. I was just wondering, was that you guys I saw like last week Friday together, the 3 of you? Did I see y'all in the community convening together? It was actually 4 of y'all. I think it was on Chicago Road. I want to say, I don't know, between like 140, and it was Friday, about 3-ish, I guess. I want to say between 140, maybe 44th and 148th in Chicago Road. I know I ain't crazy. Did I see you guys? I mean, I think that was you guys. And isn't that a violation of the Open Meeting Act? Hello? No more crickets. Come on, we need answers this time. Y'all been quiet all day.
Yeah.
Is that not a violation of the Open Meeting Act? Am I deaf? What's going on? Can you hear me? This is frustrating. People come up here and ask questions and they can't even get an answer. Now, if you want me to take it there, I'll take it there. Trustee Pearson. Oh, I got tape. Don't worry about it. Trustee Pearson, I have a question for you. And this is only because I had to do backgrounds of you guys. And while I am so grateful to God that you did have that kidney surgery, did you use, while we're talking about budget, did you use the finances here through the medical insurance instead of the finances through your medical insurance at your own job where you've worked 40 years? And did it cost over $300,000? I'm sorry. Did it cost over $300,000? Your surgery. And wasn't that
I'm gonna say this.
on receipt
No,
for our finance?
I used my insurance from my job, and that's not your.
From this job or from
No,
your
no,
other
no.
job?
I work every day.
Okay, I'll pull
For
that. Don't worry
43
about
years.
it.
You can pull it. I'll show it to you.
Show it to
I
me.
had insurance on my job
Show
for
it
43
to me,
years.
Trustee Pierce. I don't want to
Doesn't
see
matter.
that you worked on your
It's not
job for
your
40 years.
business.
While you're making these budget cuts, my question is,
my business.
the fact that you're making these budget cuts and you're cutting everybody else's medical insurance, but you're not talking about that which you spent when you had your surgery.
You're putting lies out there.
No, I'm not. You know what? And this is the first word I heard you say, but you still ain't answered the question about the Open Meeting Act. That's the first time you open your mouth. I would like to hear, not only just from you, I would like to hear some from Trustee Denton too, because the only time I ever heard her talk was at the Invest Dalton meeting. What do you have? What type of word?
Ms. Stephanie,
Jesus
you know, you've been up once already, and I'm going to say this. Trustee Pearson does have insurance with the village, and he has filed a claim through
With
his
this
insurance.
village?
Through his insurance.
Was it? Oh, was it through this village though?
Through the insurance, our village insurance, which was a significant amount.
Tell the truth.
He is telling the truth.
No, he's not.
Okay, I'll pull it.
So at any rate,
Mayor, you need to stop.
Just.
I'll pull it.
Okay.
It's not true.
Okay.
Why are you upset about it?
Because I don't like lying.
At any rate.
Because you're lying. That's why you're upset. You're lying.
Hold it, Miss Stephanie. Okay.
You don't have a clue.
I just for clarification. For clarification. For clarification. Order, please. Order, please.
I'm sorry.
For clarification, Director Redmond, does Trustee Pearson have insurance with the village?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Good evening. Good evening. Y'all can clap better than that. Give God some praise. My name is Andrew Holmes. I'm a community activist. I fight crime all over the city, no matter where it goes. But I can say one thing. I have helped and sacrificed people to have those seats up there. And you all know who I'm talking about. I will help and sacrifice and get you removed. Because it's one thing. I'm looking at the babies in here and the young man over here and the children's in here. They in school, and guess what? They watching you. They watching you on social media. How can we teach our youth and you fighting among yourself? We got a dummy for a president that don't care about us, but we African Americans don't care about us. How are you your brother's keeper? Dr. King had a dream. What dream did you have? You can't suck the village of Dolton dry. You can't put people out of work. And if you don't like your job, you don't like what you're doing, then you step down and resign. It's just simple as that. It don't matter what race, creed, or color you are, you got to stand up. You took an oath. So how can you abandon the village of Dolton and suck them dry? How can you take money from the police department and not support the fire department? You got to stand up and build Dolton, not drain Dolton.
I want to read a little something here for you briefly, and then I want you to watch the screen. In the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois Eastern Division, Carol Dobbins, Lintoy Lawson, and Dwayne Mohammed, plaintiffs versus the Village of Dolton, the municipality of the Village of Dolton Board of Trustees, Village Trustee Stanley Brown, Village Trustee Robert Hunt, Village Trustee Tiffany Henry, Village Trustee Sabrina Smith, Village Trustee Catherine Bendel. In brief, what some members of this board that want to terminate these employees, this was a result of when Trustee Muhammad and a couple other employees sued the Village of Dolton. Defendant's decision, this is item 24 in the lawsuit, the federal lawsuit. Defendant's decision to terminate the plaintiffs, which Trustee Muhammad was one, was motivated solely by the plaintiffs' association with Mayor Rogers and the fact that they were appointed by Mayor Rogers. This was one of the allocations that were mentioned into the federal lawsuit. Secondly, here's line number 29. Defendants terminated plaintiffs' employment solely due to their political association to Mayor Rogers. Line number 39. The boards individually and collectively, and thereby the village's termination of the plaintiffs, were due to their membership in the class of employees that chose to associate, support, and were appointed by Mayor Rogers. John, you were involved in this lawsuit. Attorney Murphy, what was the outcome?
I know the outcome, but I was not involved in the lawsuit.
Okay.
I wouldn't get involved in it because of the nature of the allegations against people loyal to you. There was a settlement, as I recall, was in the nature of $250,000 or $300,000.
And the settlement went to who?
It went to the individual plaintiffs and their lawyer.
So, as you can see, it costs the residents, a lot of money to settle the case that was against Trustee Muhammad, who was a plaintiff, who is spearheading the termination of these employees. So you can actually look for litigation, because as this lawsuit says, associated with Mayor Rogers, and that's exactly what's happening. All these people that's on this amended budget to get their jobs cut are associated with me, just as he was associated with me. So, we're talking about more. There was 3 of them as plaintiffs. We're talking about probably 7 or 8 now. So if the lawsuit was settled for that amount of money that our attorney said, we can look at probably 3 to 4 times that in regards to liability that's going to be placed on this village. Go ahead, Ed. Pay attention now and listen to this.
Another village trustee said that tough decisions have to be made in the budget and cuts must be made. Is it a coincidence that all of the major cuts were personnel cuts of myself and the other members of the team that the mayor believed could serve this village well? And thus far, I truly believe, along with the mayor and many of the residents who we see on a regular basis tell us face to face the wonderful job that we're doing. Another village trustee said that tough decisions have to be made in the budget and cuts must be made. Is it a coincidence that all of the major cuts were personnel cuts of myself and the other members of the team that the mayor believed could serve this village well? And thus far, I truly believe, along with the mayor and many of the residents who we see on a regular basis tell us face to face the wonderful job that we're doing.
Thank you, Ed. So it's the same thing that they want to do tonight.
Get our chance.
That was done to him. So if there's no, Ed, would you like to speak with Elizabeth or anybody else? Ed is a new resident here in the village. He purchased a home here. He spent so much time here, he figured he'd get a little closer to work.
I just want to say, Ashad really hit it on the head, and trust you didn't heard somebody tell you today that this is not personal. This is very personal. That man over there got 350 votes. That embarrassment, he has not repaired from that. That's why he's so angry at the mayor. He thought he could win for mayor after only being a trustee for 2 years, but never been in the community. And because he got so embarrassed, it's all personal. Very personal. Yeah, it was really hard for me and Ashad when we came in by his recommendation to help this man. And being that we stayed with him, he's still mad at us. He's been trying to get my job since last year. And he knows my condition because he was one of the first ones I told when I got diagnosed, because that's how close we were. So when you and my wife talking about the reality of how close you are, and he's been trying to get at me since I didn't support him for mayor because I knew he couldn't win, and I knew it was too early, I let him get that embarrassment. He's still mad. So this is very personal. And don't let none of them tell you it's not personal. It's very personal. It's all because he's still mad. He's still mad because he lost that election in such an embarrassing manner, and he's still mad about that. So he's going to take it out. One reporter here was last week and said, yeah, the trustees call me all the time trying to give me stuff. All the time they trying to air the dirty lines of the village to the media because they're so mad at this man.
And about me.
Yeah.
And about
but
me.
You know, the wise man said you don't have to condemn a dirty glass. If the mayor said dirty, you just present a clean glass. But you did present a clean glass, and they didn't pick you. They picked him. So help him. But it's hard for us to support black leadership. It is. And he has a teaching that teaches against what he's doing. So he doesn't stand on that at all. Period.
I met with a reporter, just as Ed said, and he said, Mayor, they always call me about you. The mayor's doing this, the mayor's doing that. Come on, take a ride with me. We're going to show you the mayor's property. They all call me mayor. And so I said, you know what? I don't know why they calling you about me. I don't know why they put fake news in these newspapers and pay for it, you know, about me, because at least I'm good for 2.5 more years. And they're up next year. They need to be branding themselves as trying to hurt instead of hurting me. But as I said before, I was elected. So many times I think about quitting, but then if I quit, they win. You know? I was elected to serve, and I'm going to serve my term out. Now, next term, if the people don't want me, they will go to the polls and get rid of me, remove me. That's if I choose to run again. But right now, the people have spoken in the past election, and I'm going to do the very best I can while I'm here as mayor, and I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. And I can retire now, and I'll be okay, and I don't need all these headaches, you know? And one of the things that relieves me of some of my headaches are these people around me. You know, before there was a chief of staff, and someone got up last meeting we was here and said the other mayors didn't have a chief of staff. That's not true, because I knew him. Because I knew him. And, but I'm going to say this. Some of them calls that I used to get at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, Elizabeth get them now. And that's true. You know, and as I mentioned before, Elizabeth asked me what the definition was of a job. What's the definition of chief of staff? It's everything. It's everything. And she has done everything. And she had made sure that the other department heads she's interacted with and make sure that the end result is what we need to have. You know.
May I move to amend the 2019 budget and appropriation ordinance as follows?
Second.
As follows. He's got to read through it.
Okay, it's been motioned to amend, and are we talking about what was presented to us today?
Yes, I'd like to read the amendments out.
Okay, it's been motioned, and is there a second?
Trustee Stubbs.
Trustee Stubbs seconded. Okay, roll call.
Trustee Muhammad?
Aye.
Trustee Stubbs?
Aye.
Trustee House?
Is this on the whole, there's no discussion on this?
This is a motion to amend the
The motion to do
to amend the budget.
Do we need a motion? We don't need a motion. I just like to.
Well, a motion precedes discussion.
No,
What?
I'm
No,
going
this is-
motions to do the amendment.
Wait a minute, wait, let's back up.
You're right. It's-
As I recall, we don't even have a motion to approve the budget.
Right.
So there has to be a motion to approve the budget, and then a motion to amend the budget that
No,
was originally
I would
presented.
like to just read the appropriation amendments.
I would like to make a motion to approve the budget that Ms. Redmond had presented, the original budget.
That would proceed.
Second.
Okay. The motion on the floor is to approve the budget that was provided by our...
I move to amend the 2019
Hold on.
budget.
Hold on a minute. Take it easy. Take it easy.
You'll be in order.
And there's Mayor Pearson. So, okay. There's a motion on the floor and a second to approve the budget that was forwarded to our Director of Finance July 25th. After that motion is voted on, then we can do the amendment.
That's correct.
Do I do a roll call?
Yes.
On the motion to approve the budget submitted by the finance manager. A motion by Trustee Henyard, second by Trustee House. Trustee Muhammad.
Aye.
Trustee Stubbs.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Denton.
Aye.
Trustee Pearson.
Aye.
Trustee Henyard.
Aye.
Motion carried, 6-0. So at any rate, the motion's on the floor. It's been seconded. Let's vote.
On the motion on the proposed amendments, Trustee Muhammad.
Aye.
Trustee Stubbs.
Aye.
Trustee House.
No.
Trustee Denton.
Aye.
Trustee Pearson.
Aye.
Trustee Henyard.
No.
4-2.
4-2. I'm going to veto this budget. At the next board meeting, you see how this council that voted tonight respect you and respect your money and respect the services that that they want to take away from you, simply because they don't like me.
I love you, Mayor.
Which is fine.
I love you, Mayor.
Which is fine.
Your ways.
Yeah. Well, we don't like your ways either.
I love you, Mayor. I
Right.
just don't like your ways.
Yeah. Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Clerk.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, you cut my mic.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's
Turn your mic on, trustee. I want that in the record.
There's a motion on the floor to adjourn. Roll call.
Motion by Trustee Henyard, second by, motion to adjourn by Trustee Henyard, second by House.
Yeah, second by House. All right, roll call.
Trustee Muhammad.
Aye.
Trustee Stubbs.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Denton.
Aye.
Trustee Pearson.
Aye.
Trustee Henyard.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.